welcome to.
See you. Why is that?
Hello, excuse me, I'm just typing to somebody. Right, hello, welcome to Monday's strength class. Somebody is having difficulty seeing me, so I don't know if I am actually live or not. I think I am. It hasn't told me that I'm not. It says I'm live and all sorts of things. Right. Last week I started I started the 6K Daily Steps Challenge. Mentioned this on Wednesday, but I didn't mention it last Monday because I hadn't thought of it by then. Well, I had thought of it, but I hadn't started it by then. So what I'm challenging people to do is to walk 6,000 steps every day. Thanks, Delia. Is to walk 6,000 steps every day in July. If you can't do 6,000 steps, start off where you can and then build up. And if you go onto my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page, you'll see tips on how to start the 6K Daily Steps Challenge. You'll see tips on buying a pedometer if you need one. I'll send you a link, Doreen. Are you on WhatsApp, Doreen? If you are, I'll send you a link. So yes, so it's walking. Yeah. So I've lost my train of thought. Yes, on my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page, I'm going to do a top tip every day. We're on day 5 today, but doing top tips for 31 days is going to be a bit of a tall tale. So I was thinking about walking last week and what wonderful exercise walking is, and it does almost every major muscle in the body. And we, in these classes, not just this class, but in the other class, the Wednesday class, we use all those muscles as well, and we strengthen them. So, for example, your quads allow your, they push you forward, okay? So when you do that, if you do that, feel this quad, and it's pushing you forward. And if you feel your hamstrings pull your leg back. So you're using the front and the back of your legs all the time. So when we do a squat, we're strengthening the hamstring, the quadriceps, your big thigh muscles. And when we do today, when we do the bridge, that's strengthening your glutes and your hamstrings. Obviously, your glutes are really important. And that's, again, the bridge and the squat that we do. It works your core muscles. If you've ever over-exercised and you've got sore abs, you'll know even walking is quite painful because you're constantly adjusting yourself and balancing. And I mean, if you think about it, I mean, I'm 5 foot, just under 5'6". And look, I've got tiny little feet, tiny little base of support. So if you think about it, if you got a doll the same size as us, proportionately, and they had the anatomically correct foot size, they fall over because they haven't got this huge range of muscles that are constantly checking us, supporting us, stopping us falling over. I mean, it takes babies a long time to learn to walk and to learn to balance. So walking is fantastic exercise. And so I would say if you do nothing else in July, and I know it's hot, Delia. I know it's not so easy when it's really rainy like it was yesterday in some parts of the country. It's not so easy when it's really hot, and it's not so easy when it's freezing cold and icy. But if you can, get your steps up to 6,000 a day. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean doing it outside. You can tweak in the house, going up and down stairs, walking when you're on the phone in the house. When you're out shopping, park as far away from the supermarket entrance as possible, the shop entrance as possible. You always get a parking space. You feel very smug walking past the people that are still driving round and round looking for a space. I feel as if I'm repeating myself, but I think that's because I said this on the radio. I was on Radio Manchester on Friday morning publicising this. And I said this then, so I think that's why I feel as if I'm repeating myself. But if you can walk 6,000 steps, see, I'm hoping that if I challenge you just to do it for a measly little month, that after 31 days, you'll have developed the walking habit. And talking just, it's 11 o'clock now, so we'll get on with the exercise in a minute, but just a date for your diary. And I did say I was going to stop the lesson in July. I was going to have a break in August, but actually I'm bringing that forward because the children are on holiday from the 19th of July and I need to be available for childcare. And so next Wednesday, so that's the 14th, not this coming Wednesday, that's the 14th of July, will be the last live class. That's the last live class, and we're going to be starting again in, just let me get my calendar up. I should have thought this through, shouldn't I? We're going to be starting again on the 8th of, no, sorry, that's the Wednesday, isn't it? We're going to be starting again on the 6th. It's my eldest granddaughter's 16th birthday. Yeah, so I won't forget that date. So we're starting again on the September the 6th, 2021. So finishing on the 14th, starting again on the 6th. So put that in your diary. Right, welcome to the strength class. I know you all look forward to this, particularly the floor exercises. Hey, Delia. So if you're new to this, and I don't know, I may have got some new people because of the radio program. Did I mention I was on Radio Manchester? The class is in 3 bits. We do a warm-up, we do the main body of the exercise, and then we do the stretching at the end. It's fairly testing, this one, but it's doable because you do it at your own level. So if you can't do everything perfectly, it doesn't matter. If you can do everything perfectly, you probably need another class. But if you can't do everything perfectly, it doesn't matter. You do it at your own capability. You'll need a chair, mainly to collapse in at the end, maybe. No, kidding. A chair without arms that's got a fairly stable base. I think that's all. So we're going to start the warm-up. We're going to start just by walking slowly on the spot. Just going to get rid of the chair a bit more. So just on your toes if you can. Just don't drop your foot down. Don't let gravity take over. Just place it down. So you shouldn't hear, if I can stop talking for a moment, which is a tall order, you shouldn't be able to hear your feet hitting the floor. Nice and quiet. Okay, right, we're using our arms quite a lot for some of these exercises, so we're going to warm the arms up quite considerably. So the first exercise we're going to do is going to put a hand on our shoulder to make your arm like a wing, so it sticks out. Imagine you've got a pencil sticking out of your elbow, and we're going to do 5 nice big circles back. 3, 4, 5, just doing the best you can, and 5 forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fabulous. And then this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well done. The next one we're going to do is just raising our arm up to your ear, raising your arm up to your ear. If you can't get your arm right by your head, don't worry, just take it as far as it will go, and the other one comes back. And it's only your arms that move, don't rock. So we're just going to do 10 of these. 1, nice and slow and controlled. 2, full range of movement, or as full as you can do. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fabulous. The next one we're going to do is it's not a clapping one, but it's your arms above your head again. Standing with your palms against your thighs. You're going to turn your palms outwards. I'm going to kneel down to show you this. You don't need to kneel down. Palms against your thighs. Turn your palm outwards and bring your hands above your head. Just touch your hands. Turn your palm again and bring them back down. Okay, so that's one. Nice and slow and controlled. Turn your palms. Two. Just turning, this turning motion is just three. It's just using some of the smaller muscles. Four. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And the last one of our arm exercises, our arm warm-ups. Although these are warm-ups, they're also using strengthening muscles as well and increasing mobility in joints. So have your arms at elbows at 90 degrees. Just going to touch your elbows together. If you can't get them this far together, just take them to wherever they'll go. Never force anything. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The warm-up is the same as the warm-up for my Wednesday's functional fitness class. But what I would say is if you find the actual exercises today too difficult, if they're impossible, fair enough. If they're just a bit difficult, persevere with them. But if you don't want to persevere with them, you might find that the functional fitness class on a Wednesday, which is, I don't want to use the word easier, but I think it is probably easier, might be more suitable for you. But if you can manage even one of every exercise today, that's a win. That's a real win. Anyway, we're going to start on a little routine that we do, a warm-up routine. So we'll do heel digs, and at the same time as you're doing a heel dig, anchor your elbows into your waist, and we're going to do, a bicep curl. Note the deliberate mistake there. A bicep curl with the opposite arm. So your elbows stay anchored to your waist and your arms go up and down. Three, 2, 1. And then we're going to take a step to the side. Oops, I'll leave my hands there for the minute. Just a step to the side. It's like the time warp, isn't it? And then prayer hands and out to the side. There we go. 3, 2, 1. And finally, we're just going to do a toe tap. And at the same time, just going to swing the opposite arm in a very nonchalant, cool sort of way, in a slightly exaggerated sort of way. What are you growling at, Delia? In a sort of exaggerated sort of way. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to put all that together, which is really good for your brain. So we're going to do heel digs, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side. We're going to start going slightly faster. Back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, side, back. If you're new and you're getting a bit flummoxed by the steps, don't worry. It will come. This is just the warm-up. Side, back. Oh, back. Toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Well done. Right. We're going to start in the main body of the exercise now with the squat. Remember, squatting is sitting without the chair. You don't have to go down that far, as long as you maintain good technique so your knees don't come over. Your knees, you see me? Going to be at the bottom of the stairs. I'll go to the foot of our stairs. Your knees don't come over your toes like that, your back, and your knees don't come together. If you can't do a freestanding squat, that's fine. Use the chair, thighs parallel, hands here. You're going to stand up and down. Try to avoid the temptation of putting your knees, I'll show you what I mean. Try to avoid the temptation of putting your feet back, because that means that your knees come over and I've seen people try to get help in doing it this way. Try to have it like this. If you can't do that, use your hands or arms as momentum. And if you can't do any of those, keep your knees parallel, your thighs parallel, put your hands on your knees and stand up. Okay? But the object of the exercise is for you to be able to stand up from just about any chair without having to haul yourself up or use your hands. So we're going to do 10 squats. I'll start sideways so as you can see where my knees are, and then after 5, I'll go forward so as you can see my knees aren't coming together. So we're going to go 1. Remember, you don't have to go down as far as I'm going. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woo. Finding squats quite difficult these days. Right, I'm just getting my trusty stopwatch because we're going to do punching. We're going to do 2 bouts of 30 seconds. I have to do it over here because I have to put this somewhere where I can see it. So remember, punching, feet hip width apart, and we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Well, sorry, I'll try that again. It's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and it's straight out punching. I find if we start to do that, we tend to get a bit like that. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Definite punches. Ready? On your marks, set, off we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Punching is slightly unnatural, feels slightly unnatural for women. I don't know what it feels like for men. Halfway. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Use those shoulders. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Right, let's shake your arms a bit. And we're going to go again. So, adopt the stance. Ready, steady, off we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Halfway. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! That made me quite hot. I don't know what it's doing to you, Delia. There must be a greasy spot in the floor. Right. Next one we're going to do is lunging. This is really good for your hamstrings and for your glutes. And sorry, I don't know why I hit my thigh when I said glutes. Your glutes and your thighs. So hamstrings, quadriceps, glutes. And then remember, it's not one movement, it's 4 separate movements. So it's, you take a step forward, you dip the back leg, you don't put it on the floor. You don't have to go down to 90 degrees with your knee like I did. You can go to there, but wherever is most falling over, most testing for you. So down, so that's 2, 3, and then back to your original position. And I do it in 4 separate movements so that people tend to get a bit sloppy and can lose balance if you don't do that. If you want to, you can hold onto a chair or the wall. I'm going to be brave and not. Hope I don't fall over. So off we go. I'm going to put my hands on my hips. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1. When you do this, try and avoid this knee coming in. 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put this down slightly so that you can see my legs. Yeah, so imagine you've got headlights on your knees and they have to point forward. And your torso, you've got headlights on your shoulders and they have to point to the ceiling. So that's 2 we've done. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoops, I'm falling over. 9, 10. Now we're going to do the same on the other leg. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. What I should have said, I'm just going to close this door because I'm getting a bit of glare. What I should have said at the beginning, and which I didn't, is that you need to be able to get on and off the floor. But we're going to go onto the floor now to do some exercises, but we're not going to have to get up and down off the floor. We do a set of 1, 2, well, a few exercises on the floor, and then you can get up. So if you have difficulty getting onto the floor, sit on a low chair. This is probably as high as you want it to be. If you can find a lower one, and just sort of slither down onto the floor. If you can go on your hands and knees, all well and good. If you can't, you just have to slither onto your bottom and push the chair out the way. So I'm going to move that there, and I'm going to push the move that down a bit. So first thing we're going to do is the press up. Oh, the press up. So there are several ways of doing this and adapting it. So you can either start with your hands under your shoulders, move them forward, and then move your torso so that your back becomes straight and your hands are under your shoulders again. And then you just go down and up. Okay? If you can't do the up bit, just do the down bit. And then get yourself up and then do the down bit. Okay? Don't think, oh, I can't do this, and then just give up. Do what you can. If you can't do that, start off on your tummy, put your hands here, and push yourself up, and then down. Hands under your chest, under your shoulder. Up, and down. If you're doing the 3/4 one, this is the 3/4 one, and you only manage one, great, but don't come out of the position. Rest, and then maybe try another one towards the end of our 10. But keep trying, because people are now telling me that they're managing to do full press-ups. And it is really, really good for you. It's really great for strength. And strength means less osteoporosis. And less osteoporosis means less falling. Less falling, fewer broken bones, less death. It's all good. Right, so hands under your shoulders. Take a small step forward. Move your body forward so that your hands are under your shoulders again. Don't have them too near together because that makes it very, very difficult. And then we're going to go 1. We'll have a rest after 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. When you're doing that, don't dip your head towards the floor, because the object of the exercise is not to get your nose on the floor, it's to get your arms working. And then we'll adopt a position again. Another 5. I'm only giving you a break because I need a break. Another 5. Come forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did you manage that? If you did, very well done. And if you did even half of one, I'm proud of you. Right, now we're going to do the plank. We're going to do a front plank for a minute, 60 seconds, and a side plank on either side for 30 seconds each. So I'll count off the front plank in 10-second bites so that you know how much you've done. If you can't do it for the full minute, stay in the position. And if you're resting, then just come up occasionally and then go down again if you're tired. Your head stays in alignment with your back, with your spine. Your elbows are under your shoulders. You're up on your toes. I need to pull this forward. Your bum isn't in the air and you're not sagging in the middle. You're like a plank. Okay, on your marks, set, off we go. Really, you could practice this every day. You don't need the warm-up. 10, if you need a rest, take it, but then get back up again when you've rested. 20. 30, halfway. 40. 50. Only a measly 10 seconds to go. 7, 8, 9, 60. Sorry, I didn't count down very well that time, did I? Well done if you managed the 60. Well done if you managed 1 second. The fact that you're doing it is just really, really amazing for your health and for your strength. Right, we're going to do the side plank, which, as usual, make sure your elbow is under your shoulder. Really important. And the full plank is up with your feet together, one foot on top of the other. If you can't do that, bend the back leg, the leg that's on the floor, and then go up again. If you can't do it for more than a couple of seconds, just do it and then come out of it and rest, and then back up again and rest. Okay? I'll do this one in 5-second announcements because there's only 30 seconds that we're doing. We're not doing a minute for this. So up you go and off we go. I don't know why I always put my hand on my hip, but I do. Your head is in alignment with your spine. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and down you go. Well done. And then we're going to do the other side. So whether you're doing the full plank or the adapted plank, remember, make sure your elbow's under your shoulder. And off we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Well done. I tell you what I do, is I do a front plank and side planks every day. And it's a lot, since we started the floor exercises, because I don't want you getting fitter than I am. And it is a lot easier now than it was then. So it's the consistency and the practice that makes it easier. So I would say if you only do a few things every day, do squats, press-ups, plank, it's getting quite a long list this, and sit on the floor. Right, so what are we doing now? We're doing, oh yes, the Russian twist. So sitting on the floor, knees bent, hands out, as if you've got a ball between your hands, and you're just going to turn to the side, and then back, and then turn to the side, and then back. That's all we're doing. We're going to do that 10 times. We're not counting that as one. That was a practice. So, because this one isn't too difficult. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Right. Next one, my dears, is the bridge. So lying on your back, get your feet, your heels as close to your bum as you can. Okay? And then you're just going to lift your back, keep your legs, keep your thighs parallel. Don't let them fall out or touch. And going up as hard as you can, getting those glutes really strong, getting those hamstrings really strong, as high as you can. And then what we're going to do, I hope you're all in this position, we're going to just gently go down, touch the floor, and back up again. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, really squeeze, get your as high as you can. 7, 8, 9, 10. Really hold it, and then down. Then if you want, just pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a bit of a hug, and then up you come. And if you want, you don't have to, sit upright, Toes pulled back, just bend forward, just to get that kink out your back a bit. I'm going to put it back in it again in a minute. Okay? The next one is a bit of a killer. I'm not going to kid you. But it's really good for your back. And it's lying on the floor. You lie on your tum. Now, if you're a well-endowed lady, it still doesn't matter because you can still raise your arms off the floor and raise your shoulders off the floor. Okay? So what we're going to do, that's the object of the exercise, is your arms are sort of parallel. Like the shoulder exercise we did before, the stick 'em up exercise. So your hands are on the floor here. You lift your hands and you lift your shoulders off the floor. Try not to really push down with your feet. It's your back muscle that should be supporting you. And we're going to do 2 lots of 30 seconds. Okay? So, on your marks, set, off we go. And it is quite hard. Even just keeping your hands, your arms at the same height as your chest is quite hard. And it's really good for your back. We're halfway through. That's 20 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Well done. Just give yourself a couple of seconds rest and we're going to do the whole thing again. Ready? On your marks, set, go. Up you go. Hands to the side. This is really doing good for your shoulders. And it's hard. I'm not kidding you, it is hard. I don't want to whitewash this. It's 10 seconds gone. 15. 20. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Just, if you can, go on your hands and knees. Just arch your back. Pull your head in. Those of you who have done yoga will have done this before. And then hollow your back. That's angry cat. Cow, angry cat. I can never remember which is which. Arch your back. And then just bring your head back up and hollow it. So I find quite nice just to sort of iron the kinks out. If you are using the chair to get up, get yourself back up to the chair. If you can, kneel. If you can't, I don't know what to suggest actually. If you're from here, you tend to get up on your knees and then fudge yourself back onto the chair. We're going to finish now with, I'll let you see my head again. It's good for you if it's hard, Delia. You see, you can take the Calvinism out of the girl, but it's difficult. You can take the Calvinist girl out of Scotland, but I don't know what to say. But you say, if a thing's worth having, it's worth fighting for. It's hard. Right, we're going to do the high intensity stuff now. And if you're new, don't think, oh my goodness, wasn't that high intensity enough? It's we're going to do 3 bouts of 20 seconds of high intensity running. And we're going to do it on the spot. So, oh, my phone's going mad. Tiny, tiny little steps as fast as you can. Your hands go as well, but they don't go at the same time, your arms. I mean, because you couldn't possibly do that. Hardly taking your feet off the floor. If you've got any heart problems, or you don't want to do this, or you get chest pains or anything, stop immediately. Right, having said all that, on your marks, set, off you go. 17, 18, 19, 20. How was that? Well done, Nikki, for coming back. Sometimes when you miss a session, it's hard to get going again. So, obviously, well, I don't know if it is obvious. I don't know if I've got this on back to front. No, I don't think I have. My classes will still be available online on YouTube. So you could just do them on a Monday and a Wednesday and pretend that they're live, because I more or less say the same thing every week. So, it's not going to really matter that much, although you won't be able to comment. That's the only difference. Right, but people are on holiday now, and the kids breaking up, and people are on grandparent duties, and people go away. So, second one, on your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. 2 down, 1 to go. Are you enjoying the tennis at the moment? Anybody watch tennis? Little Emma, what's her name? I can't remember her name now. Raducanu. That's okay, Prue. Do what you can. Doing what you can is the thing. What's Emma's surname? I can't remember now. She's really good. And I watched Andy Murray last week. And I was like, oh. And then the England match. I can't wait for the Olympics. I quite like sport. Right. Last one. On your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Fabulous. Right. Just while you're getting your breath back before we go into the stretching, usual thing, if you've enjoyed the class and you would like to buy me a coffee to show your appreciation, the link is underneath the video in the comments section. If you want to know about the 6K Daily Steps Challenge, I'm calling it Just Do It July. I just like alliteration and things. Then there's information about that there. There's going to be my top tips every day. So the link for the My Over 50 Fitness Facebook page is there as well. If you haven't already and you would like to subscribe to my YouTube channel, please do, because the more likes I have, the better it looks. I might actually get enough likes to get advertising on it. And then the last one is, if you could like this class as well, that would be very kind of you, very civil of you. And I think like next week, I know it's sudden, I brought it forward suddenly, but that next Monday will be the last strength class until the 6th of September. Right, let's get the chair and we'll get stretching. So, 22, I must have talked more this morning. Getting demob happy. Front leg bent, we're stretching the calf. Front leg bent, back leg straight. Make sure both feet are pointing in the same direction. Lean forward and you get more of a stretch. Keep your heels on the ground, particularly your back heel on the ground. And then very gently bend your back knee. Your heel will come off the ground, but you should feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles tendon. Put a little bit of weight on that leg. And then switch. Back leg straight, front leg bent. Bend your back knee slightly. And now we're into the quadricep stretches. So if you can and you want to, hold your foot or your ankle or your trouser leg, standing up nice and straight, knees together. You can use this as a balance practice as well, 2 for 1. Or if you can't hold your foot, put your hands behind you and try and kick your heel. Do you know, I'm better at this. When I first started doing this way of stretching, I'll do this so as I can talk through it. When I first started doing this, it was a struggle to reach my hands, but now I can do it. I can kick my hands quite easily. So this is quite an effective way of stretching your quadriceps. Those of you that are doing the static stretch, switch legs, and those of us that are doing this, we'll just keep going. This is good for your hamstrings as well. It strengthens your hamstrings doing this, because it's your hamstrings that move your lower leg upwards. Again, win-win. Okay, we'll stop that now. Now we've used our hamstrings, but we're going to stretch the hamstrings. So get in the chair, sit at the front of the chair. I'm going to move this back slightly so as I'm not constrained by the wall. Yeah, so you're sitting forward in the chair, knees at 90 degrees, feet under your knees, ankles under your knees, one leg forward with the toe pulled back, sitting up nice and straight. Just check your posture and then lean forward. It's not collapsing forward, it's leaning forward from the hips so that your eye, imagine you've got an eye in your chest and you're looking forward rather than down. So you're going forward as far as you can. And then sitting up and repeating on the other side. Just check that you've got a nice posture, leaning forward. Okay, last one in the chair. So if you sit sideways in the chair, I'm just moving my chair so that you can see what I'm doing. Sideways in the chair and towards the front, just so the chair doesn't hamper this leg. This leg should be free to move. And stretch it back. Oh, I'm going to do this. Yeah, my soreness in my hip seems to have moved into my glutes. Very peculiar. I think I'm really going to have to not run for a little while. Anyway, stretching this back. So you're stretching here. Ow! Oh, and a rub press there. It's really sore. Oh, and then switch over. Let this leg out. Torso nice and straight. Okie dokie. Standing up. Arms out, palms forward at shoulder height. And then we're going round the tree. So your arms are like that, not like that. And you keep them there. And you dip your head. So you look like this. So you're trying to get your shoulder blades as far apart as possible. And it's stretching the muscles across the top of your back, your big shoulder muscles there. And then put your hands, interlink your hands behind your back if you can. If you can't, just try and get your elbows together. If you're interlinking your fingers, lift your arms up. That's it. So as you get a good stretch across your chest. And release. And the last one, we're going to just look sort of diagonally to the left. And then we're going to take your left hand and just very gently pull your head. We're not doing it to the side like that. We're doing it to the side and slightly down. So that it's this bit here that you're stretching. And keep your shoulder nice and relaxed. And then look up. I think I've mentioned before, I found this stretch very beneficial. Do the same, looking to the right, pulling. Yes, yeah, I can feel that there. I have a stiff neck quite a lot, but since I started doing this exercise, I'm less troubled by it. Yeah, I find it releases my neck well. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're finding the exercises difficult, if you're attempting them, but you're finding them hard, but you're still keeping going, that's great. If they're so difficult that they're putting you off, then that's not so great. But just remember, doing anything is better than nothing. And if you wanted to, you could just, if you wanted to do something on a Monday morning, you could just do one of the functional fitness classes on a Monday. And then you'd feel as if you were joining in. Anyway, I will see you on Wednesday or next Monday. Bye.